Things are not looking good for us. They're talking 44% layoffs. People around the country are talking about when they go to the store, they can't find flour, they can't find potatoes, they can't find sugar. See, a lot of the videos I do for you are not from my hometown. A lot of the videos I do come from other people that I know that are traveling everywhere, or they live in other states and they send me video clips from their stores. And so, you get a better picture of what's going on around the country when I show you things like that, because it's looking really bad in a lot of places. Walmart is losing a lot of money on their dry goods section. So they're trying to fix and beef up their grocery section, which is not working out too good for them because people are not buying the shoes and the shirts and the extra pants. It's just not working out for them right now. And so we ourselves have to do something to put away a little bit and put away some things that would help us. In other words, to ease things. It's really hard, especially on kids, to be told no, they can no longer have McDonald's because it's become unaffordable. And so we have to find ways to replace it. And I'm going to give you 2 recipes at the end here. We have to do something to help our family. When I was growing up, we had what we called Friday family night. We never ever ate out. But we always had something special. Something that we did not normally eat, like a hot dog. Or my mother would buy Italian sausage and cook them in spaghetti sauce, buy a loaf of Italian bread, cut it, and she would make us Italian sausage sandwiches. Well, for me, pizza was always a really big thing. I never really could afford pizza, and I had a dear friend who told me many, many years ago, anything that you see in a restaurant that you like, you can make it and make it just as cheap and just as good. And Pizza Hut was my favorite place to eat at. Well, I couldn't afford Pizza Hut. Never ate there but once a year, and that was at income tax time when we got a check, a refund. And here I'm showing you how I make pizza. Now, I've given you the recipe before. You would have to go back and look for the dough. I didn't videotape myself when I was making the dough. But you just put it in a large pizza pan. You can buy pizza pans at the store. I bought my pans at a used restaurant supply place. Now, I just make the dough and let it rise. And as you can see, I put tomato sauce. That's all some people use spaghetti sauce. I just use tomato sauce. Then I, put cheese on top, and then I start to put other ingredients on top of it. Now, if you can't find my pizza dough recipe, let me know in the comment section, and I will, make it. I'll tell you what it is, in other words. I add mushrooms. This is up to you what you want to put on your pizza. It really, really is. It's your creation, and it's easy. But I learned to do this because I could not afford pizza. Now, I want to tell you, your children will really, really appreciate when the time comes and you can no longer afford to buy pizza. You can't even afford the gas to go get pizza. And if you can't afford the gas to go get it, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg to deliver it to you. So it is better that we are safe and that we learn some of our family's favorite foods so that we can make it. Now, these are long green chilies. I like long green chilies on mine and mushrooms. My family like both mushrooms. I do make pizzas different, but, that's up to you. And I can do that too. I'm, whatever. But this is just our favorite. And you can store in your freezer, like pepperonis. Let's say you want to keep a year's supply. Or let's say your family really likes hot dogs, and once every 2 weeks or so, you would like to give them a hot dog. Make it a once-a-week thing. We don't have to have all these goodies every single day. My family, we ate the same things every single day. White beans, cornbread, a vegetable, which was usually a mustard green, turnip green, or spinach, and then some sort of a meat. That was every single day. Every day we did this. I put this in an oven at 450 degrees, the lowest rack in your oven. Put it on the very lowest so that it will crisp up. I will give you the secret. I use corn oil in this pan when before I put the dough in. There you go. Ready. It's delicious. Look at this. This is so, so good. Now, this is an easy breakfast enchilada. It's made a little different, but you could use canned enchilada sauce, you could use spaghetti sauce, or you could even use tomato sauce. Point is, this is easy peasy breakfast enchiladas. Let's get started. Okay, first I'm going to start by putting my tortilla. Well, I turned it down on low because everything was getting ready before I was ready. And we're going to heat the tortilla first. Now, usually in traditional enchiladas, they have always dipped the tortilla in the enchilada sauce and then put it in some hot lard or oil and cooked it and put cheese in the middle and folded it in half. Well, I do that a lot myself too, but not always, because sometimes I'm in too big of a hurry. This is a breakfast I'm making, and I am not going to fold all these enchiladas separate and do everything. So I'm going to do it what I call the quicker way. And that is to cook the tortilla first lightly, and dip it in the sauce, which I'm going to try this now. I try to get some of the grease off of it, and I'm going to, let's see if I can get you a little bit closer so you can see this without jerking you all over the place. See that? I'm going to leave that flat. And now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this right here for the moment, because I want you to see this part. Now, if you want onions to add onions, you can. Now, let's go with the next. Okay, we're going to do another one here. You see? I have a very small cabinet space. Very difficult for me to film things. But I really do want to film things for you guys, because what's coming is going to be horrendous. It is. And we're going to need all the ideas and help we can get. Okay? You see? Now, this would be extremely expensive if you went to a restaurant. It really would be. And I'm all for cooking foods from restaurants instead of buying it at the restaurant. Now, once again, in here, and then, let me see if I can move this camera so you can see better without, okay. Okay, you see, I put that on top of the other, you see? And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to layer this. I'm going to put another layer of cheese. Here we go. Okay. Now, I have given you guys so many times the recipe for the chili Colorado sauce. Go back in some of my videos and you'll find it there. And we're going to do this again. We're going to keep stacking this, okay? But you've got the idea of how it's done.
What?
Okay, the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to top this with 1 egg, okay? So we're going to cook this and we'll show you in just a second how we're going to do this. Okay, I'm going to flip this egg. Pretty big egg here, you know. There we go. I got it flipped. Now, we're going to put it over here on the top of this. Hopefully, we'll do it without breaking the yolk before we get it over there. There we go. I said this was breakfast, okay? Now, we're going to do this one more time because I got another plate. Now, this is my second plate I'm working on, and I want to say something. You put a little sauce on the very top, okay, before you put your egg. And I forgot to say that, and I think it's important to the taste, you know. But, oh well, now I've got my egg, and I am going to flip it here, you know, and then put it here. And I'm going to put a side of beans with this. This is breakfast. Easy, not difficult, but extremely expensive if you went to a restaurant. Now here we go. You see? Perfect. I'll bring this plate over here. Okay. Now here it is. Isn't that pretty? Tastes good too. And this would cost you an arm and a leg and half of a foot if you went to a restaurant. It would. Here's the other plate. So, there you go.